Hi, family. It's your girl again. I'm here. I'm back. I thought by now I'd have two videos out, but it's not that way. So I'm just going to leave it because it's predestined. It will happen when it needs to happen and it'll come to you when you need it. So here we go. Today's discussion is called or entitled Angels Amongst Human. So most of these, sometimes we think when we encounter angels, it's just from the biblical sense. It's never in our days nowadays because there's just too much selfishness in the world that we don't encounter angels anymore. But my the points I'm going to make is going to be in the form of a story. So I'm going to tell you a story today. Once upon a time, very recently, I had been battling some issues, and for over a decade, I was asking for help from God. I was asking for help from anyone that I could speak to, and I would share it because, again, somebody may know something that I have not looked into. I did a lot of research. I would go to doctors, approach them with my research findings, and ask whether or not some of those the procedures are available here where I live. And nothing would come out of it. As a matter of fact, I'm still waiting on one doctor about an hour away from me that's still to come back to me with what they found on the research that I'd done on some procedures. Now, in the recent past, I found a doctor who, God bless him, he's in my prayer every day, himself and his family. And the way he made it seem when he mentioned that he could help me, I thought was a joke. I honestly have gone everywhere, tried everything. Financially, I was drained. Physically, emotionally, I was just at a point where I was just like, if I'm not going to get relief from this, I don't even know what the purpose and plan for my life is. But it's almost like in the blink of an eye, this doctor came along through a friend of a friend, and they recommended him. So I chatted with the doctor, and then I went to see them. Now the story begins here. I found myself in the hospital, and when I was going to the hospital, because it was far off, I had made up my mind that I know that mostly in this world, I'm okay being alone. I've been alone for so long. I don't know how to allow others to help me. I don't know if anyone can relate. So I found myself in a place where I could not help myself at all. I had to be bathed. I had to, at some point I could feed myself. But then I needed help and I needed care. A very good role model of mine recommended an angel. And as a matter of fact, a set of angels that came in the form of a family to me. These angels had not met me anywhere. They don't know me from anywhere. And I was initially a little skeptical. I wasn't sure how the reception was going to be. But I must tell you, for me, it restored my faith in humanity. And it made me understand that sometimes when we ask for help from God, it comes in the forms that we don't typically expect. And I know we usually have it pre-planned in our minds how it's supposed to be. These angels descended upon my life. And it took care of me in a way that I know my family probably would have not. And I can say that confidently. In the whole time I was with this family, I got questions. Sometimes the questions would be in the form of, well, your parents haven't called. And I said, yes. As a matter of fact, in my mind, when I get the phone call, I'll be surprised. But ultimately, if God hasn't forsaken me, I'm in good hands. There are people that went through the procedure that I went through and did not make it. There were people giving me stories of how some people went through and they did not survive. But here I was on a journey alone, and I'm surrounded by angels. As a matter of fact, my healing from this procedure was miraculously fast. It was mind-blowing. There are angels amidst us. There are those who have dedicated their lives to render service to others. Unfortunately, there is so much bad that has overshadowed all of that. But today I want to encourage somebody that no matter what you're going through, if you have God on your side, He will send help. He will send help. These angels changed my life. One night I went to bed, and at some point I couldn't even sleep on my side. I had to sleep on my back for weeks. But one night, after supper, we were telling jokes and laughing and playing around. I went to bed that night, and I could hardly sleep. The part where I had the procedure was itching me so much to the point where I had to restrain myself because the pain was too much that I wanted to just scratch the itch so bad. So my hand was just rubbing the place over and over all throughout the night. And I would go get up and they would take me to go get the site looked after. And some of the nurses that saw me and saw what I had done thought, and they would typically ask the question, is this about a month old? And at this point, it was maybe not even 2 weeks. The way the healing came because of the environment I was in and the care I was getting, it was mind-blowing. Nobody I told how old or how fresh that procedure, or how, not long ago the procedure was, they couldn't believe it. They could not believe it. But all of that, the devil wasn't satisfied. There was another attack on my life, which put me in the hospital from the 28th of December until the 31st of December. And through it all, again, these angels were there, raising up towers of prayers and every possible thing that they could do. Today, I'm doing this video, one, to encourage someone who has no one, and two, to let them understand that they're not alone. No matter where they find themselves, God will send angels in the form of human beings who revere God to come and take care of them. The world is teaching us not to believe, but I want to say to you, you watching me, you who feels lonely, you who feels rejected, you who feels dejected, that God is with you and he will send angels your way to help you. Don't look at the bad. It's been there before we came. It's been here on earth before you and I were born. It will be here until that day comes. But I want you to know that there are angels amidst us. And they're here for you. For such a time as when you find yourself at your lowest. To my set of angels that I'm talking about, and to my mentor that I look up to, my role model, I want to say, God bless you so much. Because as I sit here today, there's maybe 2 family members who know what I have been through. All of them have no idea. But it was total strangers who are now my family who took care of me. And I want to sit behind this camera and tell you today, I love them from the bottom of my heart. And my prayer is that God will hear my prayer concerning them. So if you feel lonely, don't. If you feel sad, don't. When you do not know where the help is going to come from, don't you worry about it. Pray. Pray. Prayer is effective. Fervent prayer works. It may seem like no one's hearing. It may seem like no one's listening or caring about what you're doing, but trust me, there will be answers. This is my story. I hope you are blessed by it. I hope you have taken encouragement from it. And please don't concentrate on the negative. Like I said, it's been here since before time, perhaps. So you don't concern yourself with that, but concern yourself with what is prepared ahead of you. And to know that you are not alone. Even when you feel the most loneliest, there will be angels your way to help you. There will be people sent concerning your life to give you a helping hand, to see you through. Because I have experienced it. And I had no clue, not a clue, that this was coming my way. My plan was totally different, to be in some place and go and literally hire someone to help me. But this came. And in all of that, the healing was just so miraculous. So if you want to give up, don't. Somebody's looking after you and they have your best interest at heart. So don't give up. To my angels, I love you. I love you from the very bottom of my heart. To my mentor, God bless you. I pray for strength for you. I pray for more wisdom and knowledge. I pray that your heart desires will come true. And for everybody else watching that this is blessing your life, I want to say, in those moments, may you feel how close your Maker is. May you feel his touch and his presence to uplift you from any entanglement. There are angels amidst us. And I pray that if you need one, they'll be sent to you. in your loneliest time. Have a blessed one, family. Au revoir.